Perfect. Aaron, thank you so much. I wanted to take an opportunity to introduce you. This is Aaron Parker, the founder for Parker's Moving.
Hey guys.
And I'm thrilled to finally get an opportunity to, showcase some of the great things that you are doing and helping to sort of streamline the process and making all my clients so happy.
Well, thanks for having me. I want to apologize with this big truck and house behind me. Everyone's been living their life digitally over the last 2 years, so people aren't a stranger for having a virtual background behind them. I'm always hesitant to put one of my vehicles behind me, but I guess, if people enjoy seeing the branding, it further proves that this company is real. And we do work in some wonderful neighborhoods, and just looking forward to adding some value today to the questions you have.
I definitely can understand that. I've got one as well, as you can sort of see what's going on here. I think it's just, par for the course these days. And so I guess, why don't we just sort of dive in? Everyone's time is limited. So I guess I just wanted to sort of get a sense of things from you and sort of see if maybe on the broader scope, you can just sort of share some of the things that you take care of and, maybe what people should be doing before moving day takes place.
Sure. So traditionally, moving is so the funny thing is, legitimately and statistically, moving is the third most stressful thing you can do in your life. So one is losing a loved one, or like having a loved one pass away. Two is losing your career, and three is moving. And that's shocking to me. And one of the reasons I started Parker's Moving was because of all the industries I worked in previously, which one was a huge storage facility and logistics company called Second Closet, which now delivers for IKEA and Structube. And then I worked for a high-end packing company. The one piece of that whole supply chain that wasn't really polished up to my standards was the moving part. And I saw that it really was indicative and proving to be the third most stressful thing. So the goal with Parker's Moving is, how can we mitigate that? And what I've noticed, and what I think it's very important for everyone who's listening to realize, is moving can absolutely be not stressful if you have the right amount of preparation beforehand. You have the right people taking care of you leading up to the move, during the move, and then after the move. So a huge thing I will always tell people is, you as the client, and Lani, your clients and people listening to this, are responsible for like 90% of the things that occur before the move. Us as the moving company are responsible for 98% of things that happen during the move, so on and so forth. So some very important things. And a little thing I didn't mention to you is, I've created this chosen vendor list that I've spent weeks and months curating, and I have promo codes for every single vendor. So that touches on painters, cleaners, so on. So I'll send it to you to send to all your clients, and it just gets discounts on everyone that have vetted. But a few things that are so important is, you need to start early. By the way, just to preface this whole discussion is going to be what actually happens in practice, right? A lot of people, when giving a presentation, talk about these fancy things, but no, like, let's focus on what's real. When you have kids, you have a busy job, you have a busy life. So starting early is so important. So we always tell everyone, buy your boxes at Home Depot, or go to frogbox.ca, get boxes from them. Start packing half an hour every other day, 3 months before your move. I know it sounds crazy, but that duration leading up to your move, humans will get obsessed with progress. They'll see that a room is becoming less and less cluttered. And then as a result, they will start packing more and more and more. So that's a huge thing. One, donate and declutter. My goodness, Lani. The worst sin, other than like the 10 sins in the commandments of murder, steal, is moving stuff that you will not use in your new house. So we say donate, declutter, and so on. There's many organizations, Habitat for Humanity, Diabetes Canada, Restore, Furniture Bank, all these places that are worth donating to. So donate and declutter. And then work with a moving company. This is the biggest thing. You don't have to work with us, but work with a moving company who will guide you through that process weeks leading up to your move. So you can quickly get in touch of and send a text. Hey movers, I'm thinking about doing it this way. Should I? What do you think? You've done 2,000 moves. I've done 2 moves in the last 20 years, right? Feel free if you want to interject at any of these.
No, I mean, honestly, I'm loving all this, some from the 11th deadly sin. I mean, this is great stuff to eat up right now.
So then one thing you'll notice is, so declutter, donate, and discard. Those are like the 3 magical Ds, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, things need to go in the landfill if they aren't good enough condition for people to use them again, or if you're not able to sell them. So there's companies like Just Junk, who's a partners of ours. You can take things to junk yourself, but let's be serious. None of your clients should be expending their time to do that. But all those things contribute to a more stress-free experience leading up to the move. And then here are some great tricks. Everyone says, like, Aaron, you've quoted me, and I'll walk you through the process of how we estimate. But everyone says, Aaron, you've estimated 8 hours with 4 guys in 1 truck. How do I bring that down to 7 hours? How do I bring that down to 6 hours? So here are 3 main tips to reduce the time of your move that you have complete control of.
Thank you. This is great stuff. Go for it.
1, move your boxes to the front main room of your house or condo. So traditionally, you have to understand, as strong, handsome, as proficient as my gentlemen are who work for me full time, it's still a guy walking through an entire house into a basement to get 1 box. If you can keep the boxes to the front of the door, we've calculated that in the 3-bedroom house moves, that will save 55 minutes on load up with 4 people. So that's 1. And that's traditionally the easiest way. 2, if you can and open to it, take apart your beds. Traditionally, higher end clients don't want to do that, which is completely understandable, but it is a tactic that will save you a lot of time. And then just make sure there's no loose items, because you have to understand it's still a human walking in, carrying loose items, and then doing a full trip from your house into that truck that you see behind me there. All those things contribute to a move starting off better, for sure.
So I just wanted to sort of point out, the logistics. I really like that you've sort of calculated down to the minute to say that it's 55 minutes, where somebody else might say, well, you'll save yourself an hour. I think it sort of speaks to a lot of the research and effort that you put into it. And that's something that's been echoed by, the plethora of clients that have gone your way. So very, very much appreciate that. And I think it comes through within, the first few minutes of a conversation with you. So I guess really the question there would be, so why would somebody go for Parker's Moving over another company?
Yeah, great question. So with any company, moving company, watch company, phone company, sweatshirt company, by the way, these are the sweatshirts our guys wear. They're these really cozy hoodies. And I have had on every 5 moves, we have a client asking us, Aaron, how do I get one of the sweatshirts? So every once in a while, we will, as a gesture, deliver a sweatshirt to the clients, because they are, you can't really see here, but they're cozy. They've got pockets. They have like a high neck. They've got a hood. Everyone's having a great time.
You look good wearing it. It's all good. Yeah.
Thank you. So it's important to know what you're looking for in a vendor with moving. So we are not for everybody, but I will tell you who we are for. Is 1, our pricing traditionally is on average lower, just below the average of the bigger companies. So Hudson Movers, Palmerston Moving, You Move Me, we are lower than all those people, mainly because we don't charge travel time in the GTA. And because we don't have a huge warehouse, huge office, we can afford to run lean and then pass those savings off to clients. And I will tell you what our pricing is in a moment. Who we are really for and who our perfect client is, and when I get on the phone with them, I know that it's going to be a great relationship. They want to ask a lot of questions. They don't feel bad at texting at 10 p.m. about the logistics of the day. They value service, correspondence, and they like the fact that all of our guys are full-time. They like the fact none of our guys smoke cigarettes. I don't know if that's legal to to hire against, but it is something we look for in a mover, is you cannot smoke cigarettes because that trails into the house. And just like an overall incredibly communicative, transparent experience. So I would say that's the bigger thing. Now, we're what I think is a boutique moving company, which means that we move 2 to 3 people every day. We're not like other companies who move 10 and 15. But the fact is, those 3 people that we move every day get a call to check in the morning and in the afternoon. They get introduced to their movers over photos the night before. Those little things, it's all with the goal of familiarizing you with us, because if you take a step away from moving, it's just strangers coming in and touching your stuff.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's not lost on me to say that these are little things, because in my opinion, they're not so little. Again, it isn't lost on me. This is the service industry. And I think that providing an extra inch after a while adds up. And these are important details that you're hammering home. These are, here are check-in points. You've expressed that everyone's going to show up, in uniform. Even I'm not certain about the smoking thing either, but I can tell you that it's certainly appreciated, and or perhaps unappreciated when somebody is a smoker and they've gone and taken their break and then they're in the house and you're like, this is not how I expected my day to go.
For sure.
And you've noted it's the 3rd most stressful thing that one goes through in their lifetime too. So
yeah,
for sure.
I just want to show you, I just received a text from a client. I just want to show you. So, oh no, can you see? Oh, how does this work? This is horrible. So if you see on the screen, you'll see that I've sent this client 2 photos of the guys that are coming with them and an intro about them. So instead of not knowing who's arriving at your house, you know that Ben and Jay are coming, and you know that Ben likes this as his hobbies, Jay like this. So you can greet them like, Ben, Jay, how are you? So anyways, I'm a little bit of a nerd with the service component, but it's my company. So like, why not be as ridiculous as you can with like a personal experience?
Well, again, I think, part of our relationship is I had known you even when you were doing your previous jobs, where you had expressed that, it's high-end packing, and then it was also sort of logistics with Second Closet, and the attention to detail, I think, is always second to none. This is really just another element to sort of showcase that talent for it. So
why don't I walk you through our pricing structure?
Thank you, please. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So, okay, I think it's so important to tell people how to compare moving quotes, because a lot of people who are listening to this, whether people get this far in the meeting, I hope in the discussion, I hope they do, but kudos to them, they're going to get 2 or 3 moving quotes. Or some people just talk to me and they're like, Aaron, you've checked all the boxes. I'm too lazy to get moving quotes. Let's just do it, which is wonderful. But this is what you need to realize. Every moving company has a different pricing and charging structure, and it makes things friggin' complicated. So you'll have one company that charges from when they leave their dock to when they arrive at your place. Then they charge for consumables, which are the packing, the tape, and whatever. Then they charge a fee for the stairs. Then they charge an overweight fee. Then they charge a travel time back fee. Some people don't do that. It's important to know that you're comparing apples to apples, because what sometimes people will say is that, oh, Aaron, this one company is $3 or $5 an hour less than your gentlemen who arrive. But I was like, yeah, but do they charge travel time? They're like, yeah, they do. Do they charge consumable fee? Yes, they do. I'm like, that company's $450 more than we are. You just didn't add up the other things. Right. So this is how we charge. Lani, you know me well. I have a busy life. I'm too lazy to add up all different line items, and I'm too lazy to explain them to customers. So I just came up with 2.
I'm going to correct you on that, because I know you to not be lazy, for sure.
Not lazy, but like I don't want to have to.
I know, yeah. But this is also, part of you. So yeah.
So this background is hilarious. My goodness, like it keeps on taking away. My hair is already thinning. I don't want it to remove my hair that I already have. Anyway. So we have a fee for the movers, and then we have a fee for the truck. Those are the only 2 things that we charge for. So a few things we do not charge for. We don't charge for mattress bags, even though they cost us like $2 a mattress bag. We don't charge, if you're in the GTA, we don't charge to get to you. We don't charge to get back from you. We don't charge travel time there. We don't charge stair fee or overweight fee. So our truck fee incorporates the truck, the gas, which is crazy now.
Yes.
Insurance for your items, WSIB coverage for the handsome gentleman who move all your things, and then tape, blankets, mattress bags, and plastic wrap. That's $195 for your truck fee, each truck.
Wow.
Okay. Our movers are $65 an hour. So traditionally with your clients that I work clients I know you have, you'd probably either have a client who needs 4 movers or 6 movers. 4 movers is $260 an hour. 6 movers is $390 an hour, but truck fee, moving fee, like that's it. And you only get charged for the time that the move actually takes.
That's amazing. You actually mentioned about comparing quotes and the way that you've basically expressed it by saying, here are all of the, maybe not necessarily hidden fees, but much more challenging to calculate because there's a lot of unknowns. Personally, I like looking at things and understanding what I'm going to be paying for, budgeting it out, setting a realistic expectation, and moving forward from there for sure.
Like when you go and you buy an Apple TV, right, or like an iPhone, you don't walk into the store and they're like, oh yeah, it's $1,000, but like it could be $1,100 or $1,260 or $950 depending on how you hold it. Like you want to know what you're paying for, and you want to have an understanding of how to budget for it.
Absolutely right. Yeah, you definitely do. Early on, you had said something about the different related items and people in the industry that you would recommend. So you had said something about frog boxes or where to get boxes from elsewhere. Things like high-end artwork or unique valuables or things that are just more challenging to navigate. What is it that you tell clients to do for that?
Yeah, great question. So it's all based on, there are people who have artwork that are $5, $10, $15, $20, $50,000.
Sure.
And if anything is an original piece of artwork, whether it's canvas or some unique original photograph art at galleries, could be $30,000. You need to invest to protect those pieces because God forbid something happens. It's just never worth it. So I actually recommend, we at Parker's Moving don't yet do our own crating. We will as we grow and we get more space and we expand our services that we offer. But there's a company called Move Complete, and they specialize in crating. So if anything is original and over like $5,000, I always say, spend a few $100s and get the piece of artwork crated. And then we as the moving company will move the crate. But at least you're guaranteed that nothing will happen to the original piece. If there's anything like 3,000 and under, we will protect it in moving blankets and then tape it and then strap it to the side of the truck, which so far there has never been an issue with. But if you're talking about statues, which your clients will have, you need to crate them.
Yeah, no, definitely. And
Yeah.
very much appreciate, again, that attention to detail and understanding where, you'll draw the line, which is excellent. So maybe before I let you run here, was there anything that you thought maybe would be a good piece to send us off on, just to sort of, hammer home what it is that you do?
Yeah, well, first of all, I just want to say we've spoken before the move, during the move, because we'll call you when we're on our way. We arrive, we do a virtual, we do a walkthrough with you in case the client has requests. We start with boxes, we start with big furniture, and then we drive to your next location, have a lunch break on the way. And this is something important because so many clients ask this. We will put all your beds back together in the room of choice, bring all the boxes to the room of choice, take away the mattress bags and all the packaging, and put everything back together in the place you request. I'm shocked that so many people don't expect that of a moving company. Let's talk quickly in 30 seconds or less about what happens after the move.
Thank you.
If anything goes wrong, so I'll give you an example. Last week, moved the client into a beautiful Rosedale home. one of the trucks had a leak and there was a puddle and a brand new white sofa got damaged. Today, so 2 days later, we had a company come and steam clean the couch. So when you work with Parker's Moving, you will be supported before, during, and after. And traditionally, we don't like to use insurance because it just takes too long. We have wood fixers on staff. We have repair people on staff. We just want to fix the situation. But fortunately, because of how well we prep things, there really isn't that much damage. I think over 500 moves over last year, we've had 4 cases of damage that we've just rectified the week after.
That's excellent.
And if you want to send off note, and I think this speaks extremely in practice to setting up a mover, is if you and your wife, Lani, you and Samantha, or your clients and their partners are moving, it's just one piece of the checklist you have to worry about, right? You have to worry about, are my kids going to be like their new schools? How are we going to furnish this place? Do we have the finances? What are we going to do with our family coming over during COVID to celebrate? You want it to be as stress-free as possible. So very often, all the companies are going to be $100 more, $100 less, $200 more, $200 less. You have to hire someone who you feel will support you on the journey and that you ethically and morally feel comfortable taking care of your belongings. And whether that's us or another company, that's probably my biggest piece of advice, is go with your gut feeling on who you believe is a social companion during this process, just like you as an agent.
100%. I can echo that. It is such a stress-inducing situation, and the number of my clients that have come away as raving fans. I just wanted to kind of, give you a shout out and try and highlight some of the great things that you're doing. Thank you for everything so far in the last, amount of time we've been working together, and I can't wait for what else is to come. Thank you, Aaron.
Thanks, Lan. Really appreciate you having me, dude. Oh, and by the way, you can get a hold of me. Google Parker's Moving, or you'll see our website. All our contact is information there, or check out our Instagram.
And once you've done the move, don't forget about asking for a sweatshirt, right?
Yes, yes.
Looking forward to it. Aaron, thank you so much. And of course, I'll put your contact info at the bottom as well, okay? Thank you.
Man.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.